Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that came in my most recent GGC's treasure bag. She put out two different colors this time. I got the Amber and Aqua bag. I'll put a link in the description box below to her website. This is not a subscription that you can sign up for. She just puts one of these out every other month or so. And they're really popular because the bags are always so beautiful, and there's so many beads and bindings in there. It's just a tremendous value. So they're really popular, and they sell out really quickly. But if you go to her website and get on her email notification list a couple of days before she's about to release a bag, she'll send you an email letting you know, and that way you can be ready and hopefully get yourself one if you want one. I'm going to be using these 4x4x4mm faceted cuboid beads. The color is Deep Aqua. I'm going to be using some Miyuki 11.0 and 8.0 Duracoat galvanized champagne seed beads. I'm not going to be using many of the 11.0s, just when I put the clasp on. I've got both the toggle clasp and a lobster clasp in here. These both were in the bag. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. I've not done this yet, and I don't know how long it's going to come out to be. I'm probably going to use all these. It's going to be a cubic right angle weave bracelet, and it takes a lot of beads for a cubic right angle weave, so I'm not sure if it'll come out long enough for me to use a toggle clasp. If it does, I will. If it comes out a little bit short, I'll use one of these lobster clasps here, and I'll have to get out a jump ring and some extender chain, but I just don't know yet which one I'm going to use. I've got my 8-pound fire line and smoke that I'm going to use. I've got a size 11 beading needle. I'll be using my scissors to cut my fire line and my thread burner to burn down the ends when I cut off my fire line. That's all I'll be using for tools. I'll try to find links and put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below, everything that didn't come in the bag. So hold on, let me get some of this out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads out here now, and like I said, this is going to be cubic right angle weave, and I've done a cubic right angle weave bracelet before, but I think the way I'm going to configure the beads this time, I think, is a little different than I did in that other video. Plus, I'm going to start it out differently. There's two different ways you can start out cubic right angle weave. The other video I did, I made 3 right angle weave units and folded them up and turned them into a cube. But I'm going to do it differently this time just to show you the other way. So I'm going to pick up 4 of my 8/0s. Bring them down to my stop bead. I'm leaving about a 12-inch tail to come back and sew my clasp on later. That's probably too much. I could probably do it with 8 or 10 inches, but every time I think that, I end up struggling because I don't have enough thread to put my clasp on. But so I'm leaving 12 inches, but maybe 10 inches might be enough. So I've got all 4 of my beads at the bottom of, or down here at my stop bead. I'm going to sew through all 4 of them again. Turn them into a little right angle weave unit here. I'm going to sew around until I'm coming back or get past my stop bead again. Okay, now this is going to be the bottom of my cube. And I'm going to make a right angle weave unit off of each one of these beads to make the walls of my cube. So this is going to be the bottom of my first right angle weave unit. The side is going to be a cuboid bead. The top is going to be another 8/0, and the other side is going to be a cuboid bead. So I'm coming out the bottom of this 8/0. I'm going to go on the top of it, pull my thread through, and that makes a little right angle weave unit there, with the top and bottom being an 8/0 and the sides being a cuboid bead. Now I'm going to go into my next bottom bead, my base bead here. Now I'm going to make a right angle weave unit off of this 8/0. I've got my bead for my bottom, and this is going to be this side of this right angle weave unit. I'm going to be sharing this bead. So all I need is I'm trying to leave this flat until I get ready to turn it into a cube so you can see better. But all I need to pick, I've already got 2 of the beads for my next right angle weave unit, the side bead and the bottom bead. So I just need to pick up another side bead, which is my cuboid bead, and another top bead, which is my 8/0. I'm going to go down this cuboid bead and back into the bead I started in, that 8/0 that I started in. Pull my thread through, and that makes the little right angle unit on that one. Now I'm going to turn it around here and pull it tight so I don't show any extra thread. I'm going to go in the next base bead. I'm going to do that again. I've already got 2 of my beads from my right angle weave unit. I've got my side bead and my bottom bead. So I just need my other side bead and my top bead. Side bead is a cuboid, top bead is the 8/0. So I'm going to go down this cuboid bead and back into the 8/0 I started in. And that makes that right angle weave unit. Now I'm going to go in my last bottom bead, base bead here. Now this time I'm going to push this together a little bit so you can see it better now. I'm going to fold it up there. Now this time I've got 3 of the beads that I need for my right angle weave unit. I've got both sides and the bottom, so all I need is to put a top up, 8/0 up here for the top. So I need to go up this cuboid bead, pick up an 8/0, go down this cuboid bead, and that makes that side of my cube that I'm making. Now I need to get back up here to the top so I can sew these 8/0s together. So I'm going to go into this space bead that I started in. I'm going to go back up this cuboid bead. And I pulled my thread through too fast and got it tangled. Okay, now I'm coming out this cuboid bead here. Now I'm going to sew all 4 of these 8/0s on the top up here together. I'm just going to go around all 4 of these beads. So that's my first little cube there. It's my bottom, my sides, my top. Now I'm going to make my next cube. And I'm going to be using these 4 8/0s as my base. So I need a side bead, which is a cuboid, a top bead, which is an 8/0, and the other side bead, which is a cuboid bead. Coming out the top of this 8/0, I'm going to go on the bottom of it. That makes that little right angle weave unit there. Now I'm going to turn my piece around here, and I'm going to go into my next base bead, my next 8/0 in line there. Now for my next wall of my cube, I've already got a 8/0 down here for the bottom and a cuboid bead here for the side. So I need a cuboid bead up here, and then I need an 8/0 for the top. So I'm going to go down this cuboid bead and back into that 8/0 that I started in. And that makes that side. I'm going to turn it around here. I'm going to go on the next base bead, next 8/0. And this is just the same. I've already got 2 of my beads from a right angle weave unit. I need my cuboid bead for the side there and my 8/0 for the top. So I'm going to go into this cuboid bead, back into my 8/0 that I started in. I'm going to turn it around and go into my next base bead. And this is my last one. And here I've already got my bottom bead and both of my side beads. So I just need an 8/0 to go on top here. So I'm going to go up this cuboid bead. Pick up an 8/0. Go down this cuboid bead. Back into the base bead that I started in. And that makes that side. So now I need to get up here and sew all these 8/0s together. So I'm going to go up this cuboid bead. And I'm going to sew all these 8/0s together. Okay, now I'm going to make my next cube. So I'm going to use these 4 8/0s as my base. I need a cuboid bead for the side or the top, whichever way you want to look at it, an 8/0, and then another cuboid bead for the other side. So I'm coming out this 8/0, top of it, I'm going to go on the bottom. That makes that side of my cube. Now I'm going to turn it and go into the next base bead. Now I've already got my cuboid bead for my side or bottom, however how you want to look at it. I just need a cuboid up here and an 8/0 for the top up here. So I'm going to go into this cuboid bead and into the 8/0 that I started in. That makes that side of my cube. Now I'm going to turn the piece around, go into the next base bead. I'm going to do that again. I need a cuboid up here, and then I need an 8/0 for the top here. Now I'm going to go into this cuboid bead, back into the bead I started in. Now I'm going to go into the next base bead, which is my last one. And now I've already got 3 of my beads that I need for this side. I've got both of my cuboids and my bottom 8/0. I just need to get up here to the top so I can put an 8/0 at the top. So I'm going to go up this cuboid bead. Pick up an 8/0. Go down this cuboid bead, back into the 8/0 I started in. Now I'm going to go back up this cuboid bead, and I'm going to sew all these 8/0s together. So I've got 3 of my little cubes made now. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I use up all these cuboid beads. And then when I get back, I'll know which clasp I'm going to put on it, and we'll put on one side of the clasp. So I'll be back. Okay, I've used up all my beads now. I've got 3 left, but 3's not enough to do another unit. But that's okay. This came out long enough for me to use my toggle clasp. It's at 6.5 inches. So by the time I put my clasp on, it'll probably be at 7.5 inches, which is what I usually make a bracelet. So I'm going to put on one side of my clasp. I've got my 11/0s here now, my Durcoat Galvanized Champagne 11/0s. And I'm coming out of this 8/0 here. I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s, 1 8/0, and my clasp. Come down the other side of come back down my 8/0. hold on to my clasp and pull my thread through so there's no slack. Now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11/0s. And I'm going to find the 8/0 opposite the one I'm coming out of. I'm coming out of this one. I'm going to go into this one on the opposite side. I'm going to go diagonally into it. I was coming out the bottom of this one, so I'm going to go on the top of this one. And now I'm going to go back up these 2 11/0s, back into my 8/0, back into my clasp, back down this 8/0, and into the 2 11/0s on the other side. Now I'm going to go back into this bead over here on the opposite side that I started in. My thread's coming out this side of this 8/0, so I'm going to go in this side of it. But my needle don't fall out of my bead. Okay. So that kind of centers my clasp over my end there. So now I'm going to go back around all that again, and I'm going to go down through here and tie 3 1/2-inch knots, and then I'm going to take my stop bead off my other side and sew my clasp on the other side just like this side. I might put an extra 8/0 on the other side though to make sure that my bar has enough room to get through my toggle. It probably would anyway, but just to be safe, I might put an extra 8/0 on that side. I don't know. But when I come back, I'll be done and I'll show you what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm all done now. I did end up putting 2 8/0s on this side of my clasp to make sure that my bar would have enough room to go through my toggle, and that probably was a good idea. I'm not sure if it would have had enough room if I hadn't done that. So that's a good idea sometimes, because you need a little extra room to get that toggle through there. So I've done a lot of cubic right angle weave before, but I've never done it with these cuboid beads. I like it with the cuboid beads. They're pretty, but then all these beads are pretty that Gina puts in her boxes. They're just all really beautiful beads. And like I said, if you decide you might want to get her next box, it would be a good idea to sign up for her email notification list so that you'll know when she's about to release her next one, because like I said, they sell out really, really quickly. And I'll put a link to her website in the description box below, so you can go over there and do that if you want to. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. I also sell gift cards and some extra beads and bindings that I have. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.